What's going on with my fellow folks? You already know. This is a Beta Male Police, indeed, Mr. AKA Live Free. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you new, and just know before we begin, it is okay for you to disagree. But just don't get in those comment sections or my chat room saying you sick of me. My name is the Beta Male Police, and this channel is the prevention team. That is all I wanted to say. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about the good guy, quote unquote, the nice guy. How females are still not satisfied with the good guy or the nice guy. And this is why I tell men stay single, live free, stay free. Do not let anybody waste your time. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the first clip here. So now it says, how do you tell a good guy he's not the one? Without further ado, let's go.
How do you tell a good guy he's not the one? This is so hard. Oftentimes when we're dating, if we find a good on paper guy or just a really good guy in general that you know isn't the one for you, it's still hard to let them go. Because the gremlins in our brains tell us, like, this is a good catch. If you keep this person, you're guaranteed at least to be with a good person as opposed to stuck in an abusive relationship. Don't listen to the gremlins. You deserve to find who you are looking for. And if this nice guy isn't it, he deserves to go on to find who he is looking for. It goes both ways. So this is what I would say. So-and-so, I've really had such a good time getting to know you, and I really appreciate all of the kindness and respect that you've shown me. Unfortunately, there is a piece of the connection missing for me. That saying in and of itself is gold. It works anywhere, and there's no way for them to come back at it and combat it. I truly hope that you find what you're looking for. You deserve it. Or something to that effect. But the line, there is a piece of the connection missing for me, is freaking life-changing. It's not mean. You're not blaming them for anything. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. There's just a piece of the connection missing. And that's okay.
Men, men, listen to me carefully. You better stay single out here. Even if you try to portray as the nice guy, it's still not enough. Something is always missing. Females love to say something is missing, there's no connection, I'm not happy, and they will never be happy. You will never make a woman happy. Everything is only temporary. Stay single, stay free, and live free. It's kind of ironic how when a woman becomes older and they technically say, well, where is the nice guys? Where is the good guys? What happened to chivalry? Until a nice guy, a guy, a good guy that's right in front of them, and there's still something missing. And that is for all women. They all the same. Only use them for one thing, sex, and keep it pushing. All right. So let's go ahead and get over to this next video here. Now, I know that this is a video that majority of people probably seen already, but I want to resurface this video because it is horrendous. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. I'm going to talk about it. Without further ado, let's go.
So I thought I'd talk for just a minute about this divorce that I'm going through. Because I'm sure, just like I found some relatable advice through here, other people might relate to me. So I was married for 10 years. I got married young. I was 21, barely, like 3 days, 21. Already had a baby. He was 8 weeks old at our wedding. And I remember feeling like my marriage was temporary from the beginning. Like that I wasn't going to make it. And I didn't know what that feeling was. I just thought it was cold feet. But it kind of manifested itself for the next 10 years. And here we are 10 years later going through a divorce. So he didn't really start this process. I guess it was more so me, because I was always looking for someone else because I didn't know how to be loved or how to accept love.
Now, let me go ahead and say a couple of words before I get back to the video. 10 years down the drain that man can never get back. 10 years. I'm going to say this one more time. A ring doesn't mean anything. Getting married doesn't mean anything. Get into a relationship, a woman that's talking about she's abstinence from sex or celibacy means anything. It doesn't mean anything, because females are always looking for something better, something better, something better. Remember I say this. They go from somebody making 100 to 1,000 to 1,000,000 to 1,000,000,000 to it's going to keep going up. And a lot of people call it hypergamy. But more of the story, this man wasted 10 years, thought he found the love of his life. Can't get those years back, and her time is still ticking. Waiting on the next nice guy, the simp, the beta, the good guy, to waste their time as well. Dear men, I'm going to get back to this video, but listen carefully. Listen closely. Live free. Do not let anybody waste your time in today's society, because the time is all you have. Now, she also stated that the wedding, or in the beginning, it was only temporary. She didn't even want to get married, right? But I bet you anything that she took pictures. They had a good reception. The man probably spent some money, tens of $15,000s of dollars, $20,000, 25 grand for the photographer, for the receptionist, for the tuxedo. She took a lot of pictures. She showed her family. She showed her friends. And now you are disposable. Let's continue.
From somebody. And so while he was fighting for me, I was pushing him away. But I never truly accepted happiness. I left the good guy. I left the guy that everybody looks at and is like, that's a dad. That's a husband. That's how it's supposed to be. He did the dishes. He cleaned the house. He took the kids to school. He worked all day. He made good money. He supported us. I mean, yeah, we had our problems, but he was the good guy. So I'm here to tell you, it's okay to leave the good guy. Don't stay because he's the good guy. Leave because he's not the guy for you. Leave because you have to be happy. Because if you don't feel in love, then who cares if he's the good guy? And that is a harsh reality that I'm facing right now, and a lot of scrutiny from a lot of people. But
there's no buts. Remember what I tell you before, you will never keep a woman happy. Nobody can. You should only use them for one thing, and that's sex. If you want to go out here and believe that a woman will only love you with no conditions, with just a benefit of you being a nice guy, for you to be a safety net. Imagine you are a man in this world, and it took you years and years and years to build yourself, to gather more resources, more income, more residuals, compound interest. And you let one person deter everything, split everything in half that person did not deserve, wasted all your time. You can't even see your kids anymore. You've been alienated. That one person that can always break you down is a female. You should only use them for sex, and you should always live free. Now, moving forward, let's get over to this video here. It says, why women leave good men? Let's see why. Without further ado, let's go.
conversation lately about women leaving good men or women walking away from a man that's a quote unquote good man. And I think a part of the problem is that a lot of men define themselves as good men and they actually aren't. These self proclaimed good men think that they are because they don't cheat on women or beat on women. But it takes more to being a good man than not doing those things. And just because a man is a quote unquote good man doesn't mean he's the good man for you. Some of these quote unquote good men don't respect women. They weaponize their incompetence. They don't take care of their children. They're disrespectful. They consume manosphere red pill content all day and they think that women are beneath them. I feel like the men who are acting as if women are being too picky or we're looking for the perfect man if we don't want the quote unquote good guy, it's the same energy as saying for them to settle. It's like the saying goes, give a man 10 women and he'll keep looking. Give a woman 10 men and she'll choose. They want you to choose out of this small batch of men and say, hey, out of these 10 guys, which one do you want? Yeah, but there's more than 10 guys out there. And even if he's the nicest out of the 10, doesn't mean that he's what I want. These men want single women to say close enough, he's good enough, he'll do, but that's not what men say. They take their time. They're in no rush to find what they want, but they want to rush you along. They want to make you feel like you're up against the clock. You're running out of time. Your childbearing years are over. That's why they try to tell you that after 25, you're no good and all that. They have a vested interest in trying to hurry you up and picking one of them because they know if you actually took your time, they wouldn't even get picked.
Dear men, keep these females single. Do not do it. It is an entire trap. Protect yourself at all costs. It's like a boxing fight. Do not let them trap you. Let them figure it out on their own, or let them find the quote unquote good guy, good man, or the nice guy and ruin his life. You stay single, you stay free, you live free. Now, let's get over to this video here. And we have a lot of females that want to leave anybody because they always think there's something better. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this video. I'm gonna mute up and we're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
Man, now that's hard. It's easy when they're an asshole to you or they really hurt you. It's actually easier to move on because you're upset, and sometimes that upset or that rage can give you power to move on. But what happens when you're with a good man but you feel unsatisfied and you want to leave but you're scared to leave because you're worried you're not going to find something better? I'm going to tell you how to tell it's actually time to leave. You should do it. You're making the right choice. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, why do I think they're good, right? Like, whose definition of a good am I using? Because a lot of times women will say, well, I should stay with him, he's nice, and other people say he's a good husband. And what you're using as your definition of a good man or a good husband is really what other people are telling you. And other people are like, well, this should be enough for you. But if it's not enough for you, then it's possible that this person is a good man, but it's not good in the way you need. So you got to figure out what your definition of a good man is, because relationships are not one size fits all. And just because somebody is happy with a certain kind of person and they be fine with it doesn't mean you have to be fine with it. So look at this good man, and you can love all the good qualities. That's fine. But ask yourself, what am I missing that I fundamentally need?
There go another one. I told you. It doesn't matter how perfect a man that you will be for any woman. It's going to be always something missing. The deflection of wanting something better and better and better, it don't exist. You better stay single out here. I'm going to keep saying it. The amount of women on here that got the audacity to state claims that any man is not good enough. But my question to the females, why are you keep looking? How come you have to keep looking for this perfect guy or this nice guy when something is missing? Quote, something is always missing. Nobody is good enough for you. Stay single. It's not worth it. You do not want to waste your time. You only get one life. Do not waste it on any of these females. Let them figure it out, or let them ruin somebody else's life. Last but not least, let's go ahead and get over to this clip here. So it says, ending something with a good guy. Without further ado, let's go.
So last night I ended things with a guy that in one of my previous videos I had referred to as the most intentional man I've ever spoken to. It really does suck because he truly is amazing. Has a lot of the things I'm looking for in a person, but we hung out like 6 or 7 times and I just wasn't feeling it. And it's just really a shame because he really is a great guy. And I wish that I could just make myself have feelings, but I just can't. And he's so great. I didn't want to just keep stringing him along because he had voiced that, he's looking for a relationship and he made it very clear how he felt about me. And I just felt really badly about making it go on any longer when I just knew it wasn't there for me. So I'll show you guys what I said. This is the first time I've ever sent a text like this to somebody that I actually had been speaking to for a while. Usually I do it via phone call, at least. But I had told him, I asked him if we could talk later, and he just really wanted me to tell him now. So I sent him a text, and I just said, I'm not even sure what to say. I just think I need to let you go. You're seriously amazing and one of, if not the most intentional guy I've ever talked to. You truly deserve someone great. I just don't think that person is me. I'm really sorry. I have sent texts like this before, but usually it's with people that we went on 1 or 2 dates and it wasn't anything like, not that this was serious, but you know what I mean. It just wasn't.
Do not become that guy that wasted all of his time trying to be the perfect guy, trying to be the nice guy, trying to be the good guy, and it still wasn't enough. Beta! Trust me on this. You will never be enough. Use them for one thing. Live your life. Enjoy your life. Do not let anybody dictate on how you live your life. Do not get within any cohabitation. Do not waste your time. You get what you want and you keep moving forward. I want to go ahead and finish this clip up, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it more. Let's go.
Wasn't anything that really deserved like a phone call. This, I would have talked to him on the phone about it if he wanted to, but he just responded and said, I respect your decision. And that was that. And it really just got me to thinking, because usually we talk about how when stuff like this happens and we're on the opposite end of this, like the receiving end of it, it's like, man, what happened? We want to know why. We want to know like all the details. I'm guilty of that 100%. But in this case, if he had asked me for more details, I really don't know that I would have been able to give him many. Besides, it just wasn't there for me. And I know that's hard, but it just kind of gave me a new perspective being on this side of it, how men have talked to me in the past and just said, they're just not feeling it. And it's a shame, but there's really nothing you can do. It's just the name of the game. All it takes is one. So we're back out here.
All right, exactly. Yeah. You are back out there again, looking for something that don't exist. You're back out there again, about to waste somebody else's time. You're back out there again, ready to tarnish somebody else's resources. You're back out there again, looking for safety nets. Men, do not let this guy be you. Don't do it. These females out here are here to waste your time. They're looking to get whatever they can from you without giving you anything. And you don't want to be in that type of category. So with that being said, this is a Beta Male Police. I appreciate y'all for reaching out, but it ain't shit else we got to speak about. Y'all take it easy.